Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a wealthy merchant with his 3 beautiful daughters. The 2 eldest daughters, though blessed with beauty, were vain and selfish, caring only for themselves and material wealth. The youngest daughter, Belle, was different. She was kind, intelligent, and loved to read. Belle found joy in a simple life and never craved the luxury that her sisters desired. Her inner beauty and gentle nature made her the most beloved by her father. One day, misfortune struck the family when the merchant's ships, laden with goods, were lost at sea in a terrible storm, leaving him bankrupt. With no other choice, the family moved to a small cottage in the countryside. While the 2 sisters constantly complained about their new life, Belle accepted their fate with grace, comforting her father and making the best of their circumstances. Months later, the merchant received news that one of his ships might have survived the storm and was anchored at a nearby port. Full of hope, he set off to reclaim whatever might be left. Before leaving, he asked his daughters what they would like as gifts upon his return. The 2 eldest demanded fine dresses and jewelry, while Belle asked only for a single rose, her favorite flower. After many days of traveling, the merchant arrived at the port, only to find that his hopes had been dashed. The remnants of his cargo were worth very little. Saddened, he began his journey back home. As he traveled through a dark and dense forest, he got lost and was caught in a fierce storm. In his desperate search for shelter, he stumbled upon a grand castle hidden in the woods. Its doors mysteriously opened as if welcoming him in. Though he saw no one, the castle was warm and inviting, with food and drink laid out for him and a comfortable bed to rest in. The merchant stayed the night, unsure of who the castle belonged to. The next morning, as the merchant prepared to leave, he discovered a beautiful rose garden within the castle grounds. Remembering Belle's request, he picked a single rose for her. Instantly, a fearsome beast appeared. Furious that the merchant had stolen from his garden, the beast threatened to kill the merchant for his theft. But when the merchant explained that the rose was a gift for his beloved youngest daughter, the beast relented. He offered a condition. If one of the merchant's daughters came to live at the castle in his place, the merchant's life would be spared. Terrified, the merchant agreed and returned home. Upon hearing her father's story, Belle, out of love for him, offered to take his place at the beast's castle. She reassured her father that everything would be all right, and with courage, she set off to the castle. When Belle arrived, she was terrified by the beast's monstrous appearance. However, the beast treated her kindly, much to her surprise. He provided her with lavish meals, comfortable rooms, and every comfort she could ask for. Over time, Belle grew accustomed to the beast's company, realizing that, despite his frightening exterior, he had a kind and gentle heart. Every evening, they would dine together, and although the beast would often ask Belle to marry him, she politely refused each time, though her fondness for him grew. As time passed, Belle and the beast became close friends. She learned that the beast, though lonely and sad, had a soul filled with love and compassion. One day, Belle asked to visit her father, as she missed him deeply. The beast agreed, but made her promise to return after a week. Belle happily returned home, where her father was overjoyed to see her. However, Her sisters were envious of the wealth and happiness Belle had found at the Beast's castle. Out of spite, they persuaded Belle to stay longer than she had promised, hoping that the Beast would be angered and punish her. Eventually, Belle realized she had stayed beyond the time she had promised and hurried back to the castle. To her horror, she found the Beast lying in the garden, dying from grief, believing that Belle had abandoned him. Overcome with emotion, Belle wept and confessed that she loved him. As soon as the words left her lips, a miraculous transformation occurred. The Beast was transformed into a handsome prince. The prince explained that he had been cursed by a wicked enchantress to live as a beast until someone loved him for who he was, rather than how he looked. Belle's true love had broken the spell, freeing him from his monstrous form. The prince and Belle were soon married in a grand celebration, and they lived happily ever after. Under their rule, the kingdom thrived with peace and prosperity. As for Belle's sisters, they were punished for their jealousy and greed, and spent the rest of their lives in shame.